Hey, what's y'all? My name's Snowpam, and we're going to be diving into the interesting world of Vader Immortal. I just want to talk about the game because I played it yesterday, and it's still fresh in my head, and I did enjoy it. It's just I wanted to talk about the things I did like, and the things I didn't like, and overall, what made it such a good, interesting Star Wars virtual experience. Now, the story overall I thought was pretty interesting. Looking back at it now, it does encapsulate what would happen in a traditional Star Wars movie. Like the events that take place and how the story is structured, that could all be held within the time of a Star Wars movie. The game, I think, story-wise and the way that your character is in it is complete fan service because your character is so integral to the story, so special in every way, and just everyone wants to be around you. The fate holds in the balance, and you get the Force and you get a lightsaber, and it's like, what more would a fan want? Like, for that sort of story, it's good. And then they do some smart things with the story where they don't really have any characters that are recognizable that are like faces. You have like Darth Vader or stormtroopers, but they're masks. They're easier to render in a video game than you would say like Luke Skywalker or Han Solo. Getting those realistic renditions I think would be more difficult. And so going back to a time where that stuff hasn't really happened yet, and having different characters or having characters that you can have a suspension of disbelief where they look realistic enough for the world that you're entertained in. I like Zoe's character particularly because of, she's a droid, but, she's also a different kind of droid, and she's snarky, and it's just, she's my buddy, and it's kind of established that you've been together for a really long time, and just, how she remarks to people, and it kind of aligns with how I would expect, a Spice Runner, vigilante to act, and so that was just fun to be next to, and accompanied by. I kept getting really sad when Vader threw her towards rocks, and it's like, why do that? She's my friend. And he doesn't care. He's Vader. Why? But getting to see her again, getting to work with the different ships, and also fighting off stormtroopers. Just her being like, I like explosives. I like money. Let's just get on with it, and hopefully we don't die. And Zoe, along with the other characters, they actually helped you if you got stuck. I'm not the best gamer out there, so having characters that don't just sit around and pretend to help, and like I said, they give the illusion that you have people there. But with them being able to contribute in some way, it made them feel more real, and I like that a lot. Throughout the game, I had this urge to talk to them as if they were around me, because, it's completely, your whole vision is encapsulated within this world. And with Zoe talking and other characters talk to me, I'm I want to respond. And often give a thumbs up or anything, or pointing at things. It's just it's my only way I can communicate, and the urge to do that was really interesting to me. One of the things I was hoping for was to be able to take your lightsaber back from Vader, and be able to fight him then. He's like, oh shit, you stole your lightsaber back. It's time to kill you. But I can understand it as well, because it wasn't really Vader's interest to do that. So why would? So I could see how that wouldn't conspire. Then the other part of the game, which I think is the real playability of it, is the dojo, where you get to fight against robots and training droids and things. I only did the dojo in the first episode, so that's what I have, and I really enjoyed doing it, so you can really go back to that, and there's so many different levels available that it's just a fun thing to pass the time with, being able to have, a little bit more training and a little bit more understanding of, how the mechanics work. I thought that was a pretty good, useful tool. I'm not sure how the other dojos are. I'm pretty sure they're going to be similar, except maybe incorporating the Force, especially in Chapters 3 dojos. I'm sure that's a thing. And I just like doing that. That was fun. So overall, I just really wanted to talk about this game for a little bit. It's something that I enjoyed, even though it was a little short for me. That's really my only gripe about it. Overall, I thought it was really good. You had some good movement without like running all over the place. I know that's not what VR is really capable of, but even then, the movement was really interesting with being on ships and climbing up ladders. It didn't make you feel sick. I was on standard mode and it was completely fine. And having to figure out how to avoid monsters and learn as you go with the lightsaber and the force, it is enjoyable, and it is like a fan service type game, and I'm all about it. It's a good time. That being said, I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, I'm sorry if the video looks a little wonky or if I zoom in a lot. You're probably already gone if you found that annoying, but anyway, thank you and bye.